Hey guys, what's up? I was asked to make a video ranking the gear on Predator of the Grounds, which I'm gonna be doing for both Fireteam and Predator. For the Predator, there is not even that many gear options, which is a big problem, something that I complained a lot over the years. And I think that the shield should have been a gear instead. Also, maybe not gun, because they are actually not technically weapons that really, can do a lot of damage. But anyway, I'm just getting off topic here, but the low amount of options for gear for the Predator has always been a problem, which is so it's going to be pretty obvious. It's going to be overall, I think, going to be a short video. Let's start with the healing kit. S-Tire, like the obligatory gear that the Predator should always use. Like this is the most important gear for the Predator in this game, 100%. There is no question about it. Otherwise, you're going to have to rely only on healing from the pigs, which can be very risky depending on the situation. The pigs are RNG, so it's a little bit of a chance and a little bit by they tend to spawn close to the Fireteam or the Fireteam do the mission, which actually goes against your favor because the fire makes it easier for the Fireteam to camp the locations and prevent you from eating the pigs. So always bring thematic kits if you're playing as a Predator. Motion detectors, I would say maybe B-Tire. They're like okay. Same thing with maybe audio decoys. I think both can be useful. I would say maybe motion detectors are a little bit more useful, but not by that much, you know. I prefer them, but some people might prefer audio decoys. Audio decoys can be useful in certain situations just to make a lot of noise. So there's like so much noise from everywhere that sometimes the Fireteam won't know which clicking noise is actually from you and which one are from the decoys. But it can in some occasions be very useful. Motion detectors, well, they kind of do it easier what the scanning already does on its own. So if you're good at scanning, maybe you might not need motion detectors that much, but they are like just okay. A-Tire beer traps, one of the best gear in the game. I mean, one of the most useful for getting kills. I mean, it's the only useful gear for getting kills when you play as the Predator, pretty much. Usually can guarantee you a very easy kill, like at the start of the match if you just get someone trapped. Follow it to ranged weapons, just shooting the person trapped with ranged weapons, and usually can get you like a very easy kill at the start of the match, and in many occasions at the reinforcements, preventing people at the exfil from leaving the chopper. It's just great. They're overall great, but they're like not mandatory. Like healing kits, you always gonna want to use them. The traps can like help you in the match in some situations even more. However, there are classes with cannot carry traps and medikits, so we're not gonna be bringing traps. And it's still like okay, like they're still good classes. They can still work. Like you can manage without using the traps, but they are very good. Like no contest compared to the other ones. Wrist launcher. I don't know if I'm gonna place the C or D, but it's like the worst gear for the Predator. Like it's more like a meme gear. Like it's actually a weapon. It shouldn't even be a gear because actually it's shooting something. Shoots fire, which doesn't really do that much damage, and the ammo is so low that it barely makes any difference. You won't be able to do many shots before you run out of ammo with this thing here. So I think that it's just fun. Like let's say you down the Fireteam player and you shoot him and put him on fire while you're doing a long claim. That can look cool. You're just long claiming a Fireteam player that is on fire. But apart from that, there's not much anything special. Now for the Fireteam gear, same as in the Predator with the Sirats, which is like the healing, like the most fast healing source of the Fireteam is gonna be on S-Tire. Field Sirats are just overall like the mandatory. It's like the one mandatory gear which you're always gonna be equipping first on any Fireteam class. Field Sirats are great, so you can, if you get attacked, you can just heal right away. And this is actually very OP in practice. Like people don't realize how OP it is. Medikits are good, sure, and you can heal multiple Fireteam members with the same medikit. I think it's like three or four uses. But the Sirats, the advantage of the Sirats is that their healing is instantaneous, and it can, in a lot of situations, prevent the Predator from getting a down. So if the Predator targets someone, that someone just has to use Sirats and keep healing using Sirats, and he won't be down, and the other players can just shoot the Predator to push him away. Or even like a 1v1, sometimes the Predator misses, and then you can take the opportunity where he misses the shot on you to use this Rat, and you keep healing. So certain classes can be very OP. Like you take like Dante with Gearhead. I don't think you cannot put Gearhead and Thick Skin together, but before it was a nightmare. You have like a character with 185 HP with 20% damage resistance while running, and then you give him 3 stress, which give him more 300 HP. So it is like super tank. He has more HP than the Predator, you know. So the character is so tanky, has so much HP, and he can just keep constantly healing. The Predator cannot keep up with this, you know, and the Predator needs to stop to heal. Like Sirets, I would say probably okay, let's change things here. I would say, like, since we're comparing the gear of both the Fireteam and the Predator, I would say Field Sirets are actually, they're stronger than the healing kit of the Predator. I mean Fireteam gear is overall more powerful. Like Sirets are, they are crazy, like especially with the Gearhead, and especially on tanky classes. I mean, if it's a class with low HP, you might be able to even doubt the class, even if it's trying to heal. But when you're dealing with a class who has a lot of HP, it requires a lot of hits for the Predator to down it. And the class is constantly healing with Sirets, like it's crazy, just crazy. A-tier B, A-tier, medikits and ammo bags. They're pretty much like one is gonna give you more medikits, the other one is gonna give you more ammo, which are both two important resources for the Fireteam. You want to have healing. You want to be able to heal the damage that you take from the Predator or from AI. You're gonna need more HP. The more HP you have, the safer you are in the jungle. Ammo bags, you need ammo to fight the Predator. If you run out of ammo, you're kind of screwed. So that is the point, especially now with some of the ammo nerfs that they made. Ammo bags are more important than they used to be. So both are very good. Both are like, if you're playing with a class that has at least, I think it's 9 gear, you're gonna want to bring this. Like these are like the first choice. Like unless you're gonna bring in the grenades, which I'm gonna place in the B tier. The two types of grenades, ACGs and frag grenades, I put them both in the B tier. Like one can do damage to the Predator, the other one can decloak the Predator and make him make noise so you can know his location better. They are useful, yes, but I usually they are useful to fighting the Predator, but not surviving against him. Like they don't really improve the fighting survival, you know, by just bringing them more resources. So I would say I always prioritize bringing medikits. Like if I'm gonna play like Assault, I always bring medikits or ammo bags. I usually don't bring I only use ACGs if I'm gonna be playing Dutch, you know, it's a class that cannot carry more gear. But otherwise, these options are just overall good because you can help your whole Fireteam, you know. The medikits, everybody from the Fireteam can heal. If you run out of ammo, I mean, if you take grenades, you only have like 3, I think. It's like 2 or 3, and then Gearhead can give you more. However, it's like the uses are more limited, so you use it like 3 times and it's over. The ammo bag, sure, you can have like 2. I mean, you're gonna have 2 medikits, 2 ammo bags, or with Gearhead, you're gonna have 3. However, it has multiple uses. Like the medikit can be used multiple times by multiple players. A situation where maybe it doesn't really make that much difference is like in a map, like let's say Airstrip. If you're playing in Airstrip, you might not even need medikits or ammo bags because that map has so many medikits and ammo crates that like you don't even need this. You might just bring grenades otherwise, or I would say probably bring scanners, which I'm gonna place here in the A tier. Scanners are super OP, like, but it depends on RNG, which is I'm not gonna be placing this on the S tier. I'm gonna place it on A tier because sometimes you use a scanner and it doesn't give you much, like because of the RNG, like the spawn locations of like medikits and ammo crates. However, sometimes you get lucky. You go to a camp, use the scanner, you find like 3 ammo crates in a single camp, and it's like free unlimited Sirets for the whole fighting. And like I said, field Sirets are very OP, and the scanner just allows you to have a stupid amount of them if you want. So the whole strategy of that, even I thought I said a while ago, oh, the Predator needs to wear down the fight, it needs to damage them, make them waste resources. Well, with the scanners, that's not gonna work. They can just keep finding resources in the map until the mission is over. So very OP. It's a very strong indeed. Let's say flashbangs, probably C. They're very good against the disc though, but I would say not as good. I prefer ACGs, but I think the flashbangs are they're not bad. They're not bad. Trust me, they are very good against the smart disc. But they're just like they just gotta stun the Predator for a little bit. They don't do much damage, but otherwise they're okay. EMP mine, probably D. It can be more annoying than the ACGs for the Predator because not only is gonna decloak them, but it's gonna make their energy overload. So they won't even be able to use like plasma. So they're like, you just steal the Predators of their energy. However, it requires you for the Predator to step on it. So it's like very situational in the positioning where the Predator are actually gonna be stepping on this thing, you know. And the Predator can see it on the ground, so he can easily avoid it unless like he's like in this corridor where like there's like the only way to get to you. So he's gonna have to step on it anyway. But then again, the Predator can try to attack from far or use the smart disc. I don't know, but overall, like I would say, this is one of the worst gear in the game. It's smoke grenades and thermal decoys. they probably might be a little bit more useful, but I mean, they're more useful when they're used together. Because if there's too much smoke, the Predator just needs to use thermal vision. If there's too much thermal decoys, the Predator just you need to use normal vision. But if you use them together, like, yeah, they are super annoying just because of how annoying they can be together. Like, just especially night maps, like it's like it just takes away the Predator ability to see the Fireteam. Like in night maps, you need thermal vision. Like otherwise, it's very annoying to spot the Fireteam. And if they're throwing thermal decoys, it's gonna be harder. And if they are also using smoke grenades, you won't be able to see anything. So like, what is the Predator supposed to do to counter this? It's super annoying, like super annoying for you. And then the last one, self-revive threat. I'm gonna place this on C. I don't care. Like, I know that a lot of situations, if you get down it, the Predator is just gonna quick lame you, and then it's completely useless. However, in certain situations, this, especially when you're dealing, like, say, the Predator knows what he's doing, and let's say he's gonna try to shoot you while you're down it, this stops the bleeding. And if the Fireteam's players are like blocking and try to push the Predator away, sometimes they can save your life. Sometimes the self-revive threat can surprise the Predator. It's very situational. That's why it's on the C tier. It's not gonna be up there because it's very situational. This field threat is completely useless in certain situations, but in other situations, it's like a lifesaver. I have won matches, like hard private games, just because it's self-revive, and nobody could believe it. Like, I actually made this work, but I made it work like 1 out of 10 times, or if not even less. But so very situational. But overall, I would say this is my ranking of the gear in the game.